Hi everyone. We are going to be looking at doing PowerPoint presentations over the next couple of weeks. So um, let me take you first into the course syllabus just to kind of give you a visual on that, or the course schedule, excuse me. So we are way down this page for week 14. And so the PowerPoint presentation is not going to be rocket science. There is a little bit of rigor to it, but it's not bad. All right, let me go back in and let me go into PowerPoint presentation. Sorry, I'm in instructor mode, so it looks a little bit different. Let me go ahead and bring up the instructions so that we can get a visual on those when I'm walking you through this. So what you will be doing is, do you remember at the beginning, a few weeks ago, you wrote those wonderful papers way back when, and so you did those papers, and those papers are now going to be turned into, research papers are now going to be turned into a PowerPoint presentation. With that said, you have some specific instructions, which are located here in the PowerPoint presentation folder. And so you will be having a minimum of 8 slides. You're going to have a title slide, and then 6 slides will be the topic, and then you're going to have the last slide will be your bibliography with a minimum of 3 sources in APA style. So those sources need to be cited in APA style, and that will be, that might be slide 8, or it might be slide 12, because you only need a minimum of 8. So I'll leave that up to you. Again, you are taking the research paper that you wrote earlier this semester and turning that into a presentation. Now, there's some rules that I want you to follow. Each slide should have a title. So titles across all slides should match in font, color, and size. So meaning that each slide should not be different. We want to be consistent. You want to be professional. So also be careful of the colors that you choose. We want this to be professional. I do want you to be creative, but also keeping in mind, you do want this to be a little bit professional and easy to read on the eyes as well. Which takes me kind of to my next point. You want to catch the audience's attention. So be mindful of that. And don't make it so busy that we can't follow you as you're doing your presentation. So here's always a good rule of thumb. You're going to have some bullet points. And when you have those bullet points, only do 3 to 5 bullet points per slide. Otherwise, it becomes too small print and too busy. And for each slide, no more than 3 to 5 words for each of those, not slide, but for each of those bullets. Don't give a paragraph of text on the slide. Again, it's just too much. But if you do want to script it, and you need to script it, please put your script in the notes section. And I'll get to that in just a second. That's down here. Use slide transition, theme, colors, and good layout. And your bibliography, again, needs to be 3 sources, and it has to be in APA style. Next, you're going to want to write your script, and this can be word for word guide that accompanies the presentation. Write it in the notes section of the presentation. So for example, hi, my name is Bob, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about something that you need to know, but you didn't know, like my vacation in Bahamas. Each slide's going to need probably about 50 words, okay, except for the reference page. That's a little bit different. And make sure that the quality of stats and technical information and research data is on there. If you were a student that had some stats, you could use a bar graph or some kind of a chart to illustrate that. Go ahead and get creative doing that. But again, be mindful of the professionalism, and quality of your presentation. Now, the presentation should range for about 4 to 5 minutes, not really any longer than that. And when you're doing your presentation, just like what I'm doing, don't read from your slides, word for word. So be mindful of that. And since you will be presenting, you will not be presenting in front of the class. Be aware of what you say and how you say it. A lot of your ums and your ands, and make sure that you practice. I get caught up in that a lot. And so just be mindful of that as you're practicing and you are creating this PowerPoint presentation. So uploading, you are going to turn in this presentation into Blackboard in the discussion board titled PPT presentations. Let me just take you there for a second. So this is our Blackboard course shell and discussions. We've got the PPT presentations, and there isn't anything in there just yet because I'm creating this, and I'm just going to open up that file folder for you. But you would just create a thread. Once you've done that, make sure that you, in the subject, you should put the title of your presentation. You do not need to put anything in the message area, and then attach your presentation. Now be careful, don't rush this part. This may take some time to upload, especially when it's a little bit longer than the 4-minute mark and you're close to that 5-minute mark. It does take a while to upload these. And so I've got the schedule in Blackboard, but before we do that, let me take you down towards the bottom of the second page. This is the rubric that I'll be using to grade you on. So if you want to know how I'm going to be grading you, this is the rubric that you need to look at and try to meet all of the criteria listed here. Now, let's go back. I want to go back to the weekly assignments tab. Again, sorry, this looks different than yours. It's because I'm in teacher mode. Let me now give you the instructions for how you stick everything in the discussion board and what you're supposed to be doing. So the purpose is for you to view 4 of the other students' PowerPoint presentations and respond. You may recall a few weeks ago when we did the research papers and we put them into Blackboard in the discussion area, I assigned you another person to help you to proofread. Well, now this time, because the proofreading is done and you've turned in your final projects and they were all super good, now you get a chance to look at 4 people. So here's what you're going to be doing. You are going to go in and you're going to create a presentation discussion board tab. I just showed you where to do that. Discussion boards, let's go back. Presentation. And while you're in there, you're going to upload that. You are going, and after you do that, other people will be doing theirs as well at the same time. You're going to choose a student whose presentation you would like to view. Maybe you think it's interesting or whatever, or you know the student. So you're going to click on their thread, and then you're going to open up the file and you're going to review the presentation. Mind you, you have to view the presentation, of course, in presentation mode. And then you're going to reply to their thread, make any comments on what you liked or didn't like, give them suggestions. And remember, now we're all adults, so let's play nice in the sandbox and be professional about your feedback, please. And then you're going to repeat that 3 more times. Again, you need 4 of those. The due date for this is May the 2nd. May the 2nd. This is one of those mid-week due dates. And then you have these other responses that you need to make. So 4 quality responses, you get 20 points. And then after that, it drops down. And don't forget, the due date is May the 2nd. Quality is defined as you're giving credit or given, the expectations regarding quality are given in the create section above, which is here. So make sure that you meet this quality here that's defined here. Quality will be met when you fulfill all the elements of that interaction. Therefore, make sure you understand the interaction. And failure to meet that expectation will result in loss of points. Okay, I think that is it. There really isn't too much to this. You're taking your own research paper. In fact, let me go in here and kind of show you. We had a lot of research papers, 2 full pages. So there's going to be a lot of these presentations that you're going to see in this discussion board for the PowerPoint presentations. If you have any questions, you know where to find me, and ask the instructor tab here. Oh, one last thing, the due date, again, please be mindful of that, is May the 2nd. I think that's it. Good luck, everyone, and have some fun creating your PowerPoint presentations.